Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now for the Jazz, they've shown their capabilities, but it's been in flashes. If they want to move up this list, it may take greater focus, greater commitment.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, the writing was on the wall for the end of the grit and grind era in Memphis. So Mike Conley, the Grizzlies' all-time leader in points, assists, three-pointers, and games played, knew it was time for him to part ways with the organization. And joining Utah, Conley is on a team with a chance to once again compete deep into the playoffs. And Kevin, he's a significant upgrade for the Jazz.
You're right, DA, a big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. You know, Steve, for teams that are already struggling big time, what's a sign that the ship is going to be difficult to turn the other way and get back on track?
I think, Kevin, body language and obviously what they're saying in the media. There are some teams, you watch them, guys hit a three-point shot, they come to the bench. No one's up clapping, no one's communicating with each other. Those are the teams I think is very hard to turn around.
Look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for the Jazz, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. And it's Conley in at the point. And Embiid gets it to go.
And with off-the-charts awareness, Simmons makes plays that others simply don't see.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Back to Conley. Mitchell outside. Clock at 6. This one for 3. And Horford pulls it down. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Suns in Phoenix. Richardson finds Simmons. And here is Horford. Simmons passes to Embiid. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They grab their own miss. Banked in off the glass.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
And here's Utah. 4-point game. Conley into the lane. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant right before the draft that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin. And he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
And so he hits both.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Mitchell against Richardson. And there's the pass to Horford. Here's Simmons. Offensive rebound. Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The first one falls.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
And Embiid drops them both. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
Here's Simmons, poked away, stolen by Michael Conley. It doesn't go for him. And the 76ers go the other way with it. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And remember, they won both games in this matchup last year. No small feat.
And we will see if they can do it again this year. Not a simple task by any stretch.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I like that play by Joe Ingles. Doesn't have anything he wants. Keeps the ball moving.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Richardson left side. Good D by Mitchell.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Passes to Ingles. No good. That would have tied it.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Richardson, good.
And with Josh Richardson, they love his size in the backcourt and his mobility. He moves extremely well.
Here's Conley, following the score by Josh Richardson. Pass to Ingles. Gobert against Embiid. And Embiid pulls it down.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time. Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
To the inside. Embiid with the steal. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Horford kicks to Richardson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Very good at working off the pick and roll. Josh getting all the separation he needs.
Simmons against Conley. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Kicks it out to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Takes the turnaround Jay. Count the basket.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Simmons against Conley. The shot from the low post is good.
I admire Simmons' ability inside. That's where he's an elite finisher.
Conley feeling it out. Trying to get open is Bogdanovich. Here's Gobert. No good that time. Good work defensively by Horford.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Pass to Embiid. Back to Richardson. The 3. Rebound, Utah. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
And you know this, what you do on the backboard may not completely win or lose a game, but it can tip the scale in one team's favor.
Now, here's Mitchell. Boy, was he something else against the Clippers. Conley's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 6. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game. Mitchell against Richardson. There's the pass to Simmons. Back to Richardson. Outside, Simmons. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Harris.
And I love the activity level of Bogdanovich on the defensive end, using that height and length there to just crowd shooters.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Greg, nowadays teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Both shots good from the stripe. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays, you know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for Utah.
And taking a look now at stats for Horford. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 13 points a game, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facilities.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
Now here's Burke. Bogdanovich missing his last shot. Embiid kicks to Horford. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Mudiay passes to Davis and stolen by Horford. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
Mudiay with the ball. And Gobert kicks to Mudiay. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Thibault. That one falls. And the 76ers lead by 10.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Mudiay. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
The 76ers leading by 8. Burke, the pass to Horford. From about 16. Great D that time from Davis.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Here's Mitchell, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And at 6'3", Donovan Mitchell able to play shooting guard or point guard. Smitty, what do you think is his best position?
You know, Kevin, he will tell you he can do both. Versatile enough to play and defend multiple positions, but I like him at the 2-guard position.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Embiid. Mike Scott comes in for Al Horford. And it's James Ennison for Tobias Harris. Now here's Burke. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
The putback, and it's Bogdanovich on the follow.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Ennis taking his time here. Back to Burke. Passes it to Thibault. He tries for 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist for Moutier. And now just a 3-point 76ers lead. Philadelphia with the ball. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. It did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
This is the tricky part. Having enough left in the tank to finish the job.
They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Back to Burke. He kicks it to Ennis. 5 on the clock. Over Davis. And too long on the shot.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Philadelphia calls time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
A different look for Utah. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Gobert. O'Neal comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Dante Exum in for Donovan Mitchell. Now here's Ennis. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Thibault. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Utah.
Now here's Exum. We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter of the game. Moutier with the basket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 1. Over to the left wing. Here's Thibault. Kicks it to O'Quinn. 2 on the clock. Ennis. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Jazz shooting 40% here in the early stages. And O'Quinn sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. .41 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, here is O'Neal. Defense right on him. Here's Moutier, and the layup is good. Moutier's got 6.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
So it's Philadelphia now. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Scott. Here's O'Quinn. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Thibault. Shoots over Exum. He can't get that one to fall. From the arc. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. What a performance for Bojan Bogdanovic. He has been the story for Utah. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Davis. O'Neal is out there with Green. Then it's Exum, and it's Moutier in at the point guard. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin, J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Moutier. Josh Richardson's checked in for the 76ers. Ben Simmons comes in for Trey Burke. Richardson with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Pass to Simmons. Here's O'Quinn. Great D that time from Davis.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball. The 76ers trail by 3. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul. And Utah making a change here. Ingles is checked in. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Simmons against Conley. Simmons inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
Now here's Conley. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Here's Ingles. Another miss by Utah.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Here's Ennis, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Jeff Green picks one up. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
He gets that one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. He dishes it to Richardson. Now the pass to Ennis. Lets it go with a 3. The 76ers with another miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Pass to Exum. Here's Davis. A second chance effort. Green, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Outside, Simmons. Kicks it out to Richardson. Just 3 to shoot. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. That's 7 points for Josh Richardson.
I love that catch and shoot. Defensively, you've got to close hard. Josh is dangerous in that area.
And stolen by Simmons. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Richardson gets a wide open look. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The wide open look here for Ingles. The Jazz with another miss.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Exum deciding where to go with it. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Exum's got 4 points now in the quarter. Richardson left side. Pass to O'Quinn. Richardson outside, 11 feet away. The kick out to Scott. Jacks up a 3. Green with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Exum. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
The 76ers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And the 76ers call time here. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin. If you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans, it's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human, and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. For the Jazz, Gobert, he's checked in for Davis, and Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Dante Exum. Then for the 76ers, Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Scott, and Harris subbed in for Ennis. Now here's Simmons. 20 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
Simmons against Kyle. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Embiid. For Utah, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
No good on the free throw.
It's so good to see Mike Conley out there. After all the injuries, I just love how the offense runs with him at the helm.
He hits the second from the line.
And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The two things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting. You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
The drive by Mitchell. And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, former Defensive Player of the Year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
High character kid, well spoken. In fact, Mitchell's pre-draft interviews helped him rocket up the board.
Harris passes to Horford. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the 76ers lead by 1. Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Love the recognition, realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
Now here's Conley. 5 points in the game. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. For Utah, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And Mitchell, no good on that one. Isn't it interesting, Smitty, we're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. Ingles trying to get open. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 4 again on the bucket for Mitchell.
Off contact, to me, when you're talking about Donovan Mitchell, that toughness for a young fella is on full display.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Pass to Harris. The pass to Horford. Clock at 6. Over Ingles. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Conley against Simmons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
The Jazz making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Good on the second free throw. Philadelphia leading by 5. Here's Thibault. Harris outside. There's the 3. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Bogdanovich. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Ingles in the corner. There's the triple. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
The silent assassin, Ingles, continues to do his job and does it at a high level.
The 76ers have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Horford the pass to Thibault. High post, Embiid. Passes it to Thibault. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Conley for 3. Here's Gobert. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The 76ers leading. Here's Simmons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Michael Conley picks one up.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Royce O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles, and Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Gobert with the block.
And that's one of Gobert's specialties, a shot blocking master. Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Now, Mudiay, 6 points for him. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 7 rebounds in the game. And Harris wide open. He shoots the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist in the game. And here's Mudiay. Down low. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket for Mitchell.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with this offense.
Simmons against Moutier. Harris looking it over. Pass to Horford. Over O'Neal. Horford no luck. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
I like that Donovan Mitchell's not afraid to attack the rim. He finished strong.
The 76ers leading by 4. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Horford. 11 feet away. No good on that one. Now the Jazz take it the other way. And now Utah, fast break. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Harris inside, defended by Moutier. Another miss by Philadelphia.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
You got to appreciate the determination that Bogdanovich showed there. When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to finish at the basket.
Philadelphia's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Embiid against Gobert. Simmons with it. He has 5. Here's Horford. Here's Embiid. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Embiid's got 10.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Here's Mitchell. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played, and I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. That's what we've been talking about, and I thought our defense for the most part was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Josh Richardson having an outstanding game. He had 12 points and 2 rebounds. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Efficiency. You know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. This guy should be starting, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Jazz trail by 4. Kicking off the second half. Here's Brett Brown's foul. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Here's Ingles. And Simmons with the rebound. The 76ers shooting not great, 40% for the game. Good, nice job down low. Simmons got the opening bucket to start the second half for the 76ers. Outside Conley. Gobert finds Mitchell. Back to Gobert. Richardson against Mitchell. The pass to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Conley's shot is off.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Now Simmons following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Passes it to Richardson. Lets it go from deep. But they'll get another chance. And the 76ers get it back. Here's Embiid. And finally, that one's good. Embiid's got 12.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now here's Gobert. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it's Mitchell missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Bogdanovich. 10 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Inside, Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
With that 7'8" wingspan, anytime Gobert gets the ball near the rim, this is what you expect.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanović. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Exum, he's checked in for Mitchell. And he sinks the second.
For a player this good, still in his 20s, Tobias Harris has been on an astonishing number of teams.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And here's Ingles outside. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Horford.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Basket good.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
One shot.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Exum finds Bogdanović. Conley with it, guarded by Harris. Shot clock at 6. Simmons pulls it in.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Bogdanović. Here's Simmons. He's got 7. The dish to Harris. He feeds it to Embiid. Utah with the rebound. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Conley against Simmons. Conley into the lane. Yep, it counts.
What outstanding concentration from Mike Conley, burying the shot despite the harm.
And the free throw stats there, 6 of 8 shooting, so 75% so far. Jeff Green is checked in for Utah. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Embiid. Scott comes in for Al Horford. James Ennis, he'll check in for Harris. And it's Burke in for Josh Richardson. Philadelphia leading by 9. Now here's Burke. He's been still no points in the game. Green against Simmons. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
One shot.
And that one misses.
The 2018 Rookie of the Year, Simmons' NBA career got off to a great start, and he's only continued to improve.
And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors.
And for that matchup against the Nets, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And that one falls for Conley. And Conley drops them both. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. They've led by as many as 14 points. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Looking at some numbers for Simmons. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 7 assists and 9 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's versatile. He's prolific. There really isn't much a defense can do once he catches fire.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Davis. Stolen by O'Quinn. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Can't cash in from close range. Utah has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Bogdanovich. Nice D from Scott. The 76ers have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Offensive rebound. He can't hit that time. Utah is shooting around 40% from the floor here. Here's Conley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
How about that from Conley? The little guy taking it inside and forcing the issue.
9 of 11 in the game so far. He is just punishing you when you foul him.
And how about the job he's done at the free throw line?
first one falls for him.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. Philadelphia leading by 8. Pass to Simmons. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Ed Davis.
Yeah, how about the concentration by the 6'10" Simmons? Ridiculously good at completing these chances despite the D's best efforts.
O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz.
One shot.
That's good from Simmons. Utah with the ball. They trail by 11. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Exum kicks to O'Neal. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The 76ers have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Ennis. And Ennis drops them both. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Conley. He's got 13. Right side, Green shoots over Scott. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now Burke. And the pass to Simmons. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. O'Neal passes to Conley. And easy 2 points on the layup. Conley's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And Conley, because of his quickness and wingspan, he plays bigger than his size.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Passes to Scott. Burke looking over the floor. And the layup's good off the glass.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And also a lot of skill. This is exactly the type of thing you practice for over and over again.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
The 76ers leading by 11. Outside, Simmons. They get a hand on it. To the paint. Here's O'Quinn, and Davis sends it back. And he recovers it. Just 4 to shoot. Second chance shot, and he drops that one in. Burke's got 5.
The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
And here is Conley. 17 points in the game. Here's Exum. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Philadelphia has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Burke, the pass to Simmons. That one wide left. Jazz trail by 11. to the middle. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Philadelphia shooting 47% from the field in the third. Burke, the pass to Simmons. Over Conley. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. Simmons got 9 points in the quarter.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
Utah calls timeout.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for O'Neal. Pass to Mudiay. Davis kicks to Conley. Simmons with the defensive effort.
You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Mudiay. Dishes to Conley. Back to Mudiay. Tries again. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Ennis with the ball. The finish, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Here's Simmons after the basket by Utah. Pass to Thibault. The offensive rebound. O'Quinn can't hit from in close.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
And Mudiay throws it down.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
Philadelphia with the ball, following the bucket by the Jazz. The feed to O'Quinn. Misses from short range. Utah trailing here. And Exum gets it to go on the assist by Green. 10 points for Dante Exum.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Simmons. 14 points for him. He kicks it to Ennis. Simmons inside. Covered by Conley. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Michael Conley picks one up.
And what patience from Simmons on offense. So skilled at making the D feel nervous when he has to rock.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Scott, and Tobias Harris subbed in for James Ennis.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Here's Simmons, following the bucket by the Jazz. Harris outside. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, but they recover it.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
And that one drops. Harris has got 15.
So flexible at the offensive end. Harris has a number of go-to moves, and they've added up to a big night.
And the Jazz call time here.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Green. Joe Ingles comes in for Exum. And Donovan Mitchell's subbed in for Mike Conley. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Richardson's checked in. Now here's Gobert. The pass to Davis. Mitchell outside. Back to Davis. Another miss by Utah. Philadelphia leading by 6. And here's Richardson outside. Here's Embiid. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And Embiid drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Here's Moutier. 10 points for him. 24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now Ingles back to Moutier. Here's Gobert, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. .11 seconds left to play in the third. Outside, Simmons. It's stolen by Gobert. That will count, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Philadelphia ahead, up by 8. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They've led by as many as 14 points. At the forward slots, it's Bogdanovich and Ingles. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Moutier, and it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah.
And Simmons is so deft with the floater, freezing the D completely.
On the wing, Ingles. Here's the three. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Simmons. Moutier with the rebound. Jazz trail by 10. Bogdanovich passes to Ingles. Boy, he just hasn't been able to get his shot to fall. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. The 76ers shooting around 41% on the night. Outside, Simmons. Inside, here's Horford. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's. Here's Ingles. Goes back up. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket for Mitchell.
This is what impressed scouts with Mitchell. 6'10" wingspan for a player who is 6'3". That's going to get you some rebounds.
Harris. Another shot. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Simmons against Moutier. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Embiid.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
That free throw missing. And he ends up missing both free throws. Philadelphia leading by 11. Here's Richardson. Good D by Mitchell. Jazz have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Richardson, no luck. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1 3, and that was in the first half.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
To the inside. Here's Gobert. He doesn't hit that one. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The 76ers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Simmons against Moutier. And Simmons kicks to Harris. Pass to Horford. 4 on the shot clock. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell, not only does he explode into his moves, he finishes with authority.
And here is Horford. Simmons dishes to Horford, and a dunk by Horford.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
And the Jazz call time here. Ben Simmons really making a difference here.
The man has been relentless scoring inside, attacking the rim every chance he gets. Their defense has been powerless to stop him. We'll see what adjustments they make coming out of this timeout.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He said they've played well in certain areas, but the lack of detail to the defensive boards has allowed their opponent too many second-chance opportunities. And that, he said, is the difference in this game. They have to get busy on the glass, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Mitchell. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. The 76ers leading by 13. Simmons looking it over. Richardson outside. Here's Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovic.
And the defender there a little out of position. Harris sees this, takes advantage, draws the foul.
So he gets them both.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Here's Mitchell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, a tough matchup. Donovan Mitchell is too explosive, too strong, and he's only going to get better.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Embiid, and another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Well, this is what you're trying to do, put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Here's Bogdanovich. And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovich has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
And Utah making a change here. Conley's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovich, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Pass to Horford. Shot clock at 5. Back to Simmons. From deep. It's not going to go for him.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Mike Scott's checked in for Al Horford. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid.
You know, because Donovan Mitchell is so explosive, few guys have the energy, the effort, and the discipline to guard him on a nightly basis.
The first free throw is good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And Mitchell drops them both. Here's Simmons.
Check Simmons.
Pass to Embiid. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Good D by Embiid.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, that's a great shot. Third three of the game for him, first in this half.
Conley against Simmons. And stolen by Simmons. Richardson outside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 16 points for Josh Richardson.
I mean, in transition, Josh Richardson is fast with or without the ball in his possession.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
The 76ers making a switch here. Neto's checked in. Free throw good, Conley.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Neto kicks to Scott. Back to Neto. That one goes in. And the 76ers lead by 19.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there. They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Korkmaz, he's checked in for the 76ers. And it's Conley penetrating. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
You won't find many players with the quickness of Mike Conley. He can dice you up.
Here's Korkmaz. The pass to Harris. It's Richardson on the wing, covered by Mitchell. Back to Embiid, puts up a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
And that one misses. And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. But Joe Ingles, Smitty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Burks is checked in. Richardson kicks to Embiid. Here's Harris. The rebound by the Jazz. Down low, here's Ingles. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Now here's Burke, covered by Conley. Passes it to Richardson. Clock at 6. A rebound by the Jazz. Ingles has got 4 rebounds in this game. Count it.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
Now here's Conley, guarded closely. Feeds it to Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Donovan Mitchell is comfortable playing at all 3 levels. He's playing at his highest level tonight offensively.
So it's Philadelphia now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Burke kicks to Scott. Harris outside. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Ingles dishes to Conley. Back to Ingles. The three from Bogdanovich. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Ingles has got 3 assists tonight. The 76ers leading by 14. Burke, the pass to Harris. That's tipped. It's Richardson on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. That one a little long.
Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
Here's Conley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got 18 points just in the second half.
Calling his own number all night long. Conley can beat you in a variety of ways.
And it's Burke with the ball for Philadelphia. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. He feeds it to Scott. 6 to shoot. From deep, Richardson. And the 3 ball is good. Richardson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good to see Richardson sink that one from long range. And defensively, I mean, there's only so much you can do against these 3-point shots.
The 76ers leading by 15. 1:32 left to play in the final quarter. And they double up Embiid. Harris outside. Over Mitchell. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Philadelphia.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Joel Embiid.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Smitty, the NBA now permitting teams to sell international sponsorships. I mean, the league just continues to grow globally.
They have done a fantastic job. Teams can now enhance their visibility with this deal, and their internet makes this all possible when you get a chance to watch these teams all over the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the first one drops. Burke hits them both. There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter. They need this, and it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
44 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's stolen by Moutier. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Neto kicks to O'Quinn. Pass to Korkmaz. 76ers moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Here's Burke. O'Quinn trying to free himself up, and that one's good. Burke.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.